What if I told you that one of the most wanted militants in the Middle East would one day dedicate his life to peace through the power of theater? This is the extraordinary story of Zakaria Zubeidi, a man whose transformation challenges everything we think we know about conflict and redemption. Born in 1976 in the Jenin refugee camp in the West Bank, Zubeidi grew up surrounded by the harsh realities of occupation and resistance. The cramped streets of Jenin, home to thousands of Palestinian refugees, became the backdrop for his early years. This wasn't just any neighborhood. It was ground zero for some of the most intense clashes between Israeli forces and Palestinian militants during the Second Intifada. By his early 20s, Zubeidi had risen to become a commander in the Al-Aqsa Martyrs Brigades, the armed wing of Fatah. He was one of Israel's most wanted men, living constantly on the run, sleeping in different houses each night to avoid capture. His face appeared on wanted posters throughout the West Bank, and Israeli forces launched countless operations to apprehend him. But something remarkable happened in 2007. In a move that shocked both sides of the conflict, Zubeidi laid down his weapons and accepted amnesty from Israeli authorities. This wasn't just a political calculation. It was the beginning of a profound personal transformation that would see him embrace an entirely different kind of resistance. The catalyst for this change came through an unexpected source: theater. Zubeidi had been exposed to the Freedom Theater in Jenin, an organization founded by Israeli actress Anna Merkamis and later run by her son Giuliano. The theater used drama and performance to help young Palestinians express their experiences and trauma through art rather than violence. Zubeidi didn't just become involved, he threw himself completely into this new world. He began studying theater, learning about directing, and discovering how stories could be more powerful than bullets. The man who once commanded armed militants now directed young actors in performances that explored themes of conflict, hope, and human dignity. In 2009, Zubeidi co-founded the Freedom Theater's drama school, becoming its general manager and later its director. Under his leadership, the theater produced plays that toured internationally, bringing Palestinian stories to audiences across Europe and beyond. These weren't propaganda pieces, they were nuanced explorations of life under occupation, performed by young people who had lived these experiences themselves. One of Zubeidi's most significant contributions was his work with at-risk youth in Jenin. Many of these young people faced the same choices he had confronted decades earlier: join militant groups or find another path. Through theater workshops and performance opportunities, Zubeidi offered them a third option: using their voices to tell their stories and create change through art. The transformation wasn't without controversy. Many of his former comrades viewed his shift to peaceful activism as betrayal. Some questioned whether a man with his violent past could genuinely commit to non-violence. Critics pointed to the ongoing occupation and argued that peaceful resistance was insufficient in the face of continued oppression. Yet Zubeidi persisted, often saying that his militant past gave him unique credibility in promoting peaceful alternatives. He understood the appeal of armed resistance because he had lived it. When he spoke to young Palestinians about choosing dialogue over violence, they listened because they knew he had walked both paths. Tragedy struck in 2011 when Giuliano Merkamis, the theater's charismatic leader and Zubeidi's mentor, was assassinated by unknown gunmen in Jenin. The loss devastated Zubeidi, but also strengthened his resolve to continue the work they had started together. Zubeidi's story illustrates a profound truth about human nature: people can change, even those who seem most entrenched in cycles of violence. His journey from militant commander to peace activist demonstrates that transformation is possible, even in the world's most intractable conflicts. Today, Zubeidi continues his work in theater and peace activism, though his path hasn't been without setbacks. His story remains controversial, and the conflict that shaped his early life continues to rage. Yet his transformation offers something precious in a region often defined by despair: proof that individuals can choose different paths, that art can heal wounds that politics cannot touch, and that even former enemies can become advocates for peace. Zakaria Zubeidi's legacy reminds us that in every conflict, there are individuals capable of transcending their circumstances and choosing hope over hatred.